Greetings! It is I, Countess Naraban Dracovin, your Lord and Emperor, and welcome! I hope everybody's having a great day. Hey, it's December! Wow. Yeah, December already. Time flies when you're having fun and time just, boils on through existence. Hey, PAX Unplugged is done. It was a fun weekend. I got some things to chat about, and then we're going to be doing our main thing today is I have this box of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty that I got, and I want to open it here on stream, because this is, content. I might try to record it separately to throw up on YouTube. I thought about also doing maybe a live version of the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Adventure Builder, because I haven't done one in a month or so. It's just been, November was crazy, and I wanted to catch up on all the videos, which I'm about catched up. Later on this afternoon, Discussing Tabletop should go up on YouTube, the one from 2 weeks ago, and tomorrow, the next one should go up. Though I do have to re-rend it, because I tried to rend that one last night, Saturdays. I'm trying to get behind. So, I did talk about the weekend a little bit on Saturday, but Sunday ended up being a very interesting day. Was looking for deals. This box here in particular was right around a normal box price. Unfortunately, there was no good deal for it, and I wanted the draft booster instead of set booster. Finding one of these was a challenge. I was surprised at how hard it was to find a booster box, a draft booster box. Like, I would have taken a set booster box, but they're more expensive anyway. I managed to find a Crimson Vow draft booster for 70 and a Streets of New Capenna for 80. Those are good prices for those. But I kind of looked into Dominaria United and Brothers War, meh, and then Blood Moon, I can't remember the other one with Crimson Vow. I never remember it. That one, I couldn't, anything, they were set boosters and they were expensive. And I'm just like, that might be a set that if I want to pick up something from in the future, it'll be in the future. In the next couple of years or something. Or maybe I'll keep a lookout in the future for something. I don't know. I'd like to try to keep up with at least the core sets, but I got the two that really felt good to me. And the Innistrad ones they weren't great, but they're Innistrad. Innistrad's fun. So, and the Vampire one I do like better than the Werewolf one, honestly. Though I had a Werewolf deck too. Just theme is a lot neater. I gotta be honest, honestly. So I will probably at some time pick up Brothers War and etc. etc. But I wanted to chat a little bit before we move into it, and I'm going to use the Adventures of Forgotten Realm. So chat will disappear. You won't be on screen for Adventures in Forgotten Realm thing, because I'm going to also maybe set it up that I could throw it up on YouTube, so sorry you won't be there to talk about it, but, for now, we're going to be opening the booster box. We could, I want to do a little bit of chat. This is a great PAX Unplugged, and it reminds me of the years that I went with me and Joe together, teaming up and going on adventures and doing the Discussing Tabletop stuff, and it was really good and really fun. And I think, it reminded me of those years. I haven't had this good of a year at PAX Unplugged in a while. Mainly because, Joe's been going through a lot in life, and, he's in a great place now, but, it's been a couple of years. He's, a relatively stable job, in a good position, has a house, and I'm really happy for him. And, he's saying, yeah, I'm going to try to pop into Discussing Tabletop more often, but, I guess I'll, try to, I do have to try to, plug people ahead of time, because Momo's been really good at being there for the show, and, for joining. I should really expand the list of people that I have in the Discussing Tabletop server with a few others, and then I should, actually, plug people, and talk to them about their schedules, I'd be like, hey, what's going on Saturday? You think you can join the show? You know, what have you been up to? Stuff like that. And I should talk to people more. I did meet some really nice people, too, which was really great. I enjoyed meeting Josiah, the Dungeon Jad, and Doxy. Zero Doxy. The two of them were in, also on a media pass, and honestly, it was... you know, meeting them was really nice, but then, like, we went out on Sunday to dinner, and there was a sushi/Japanese place that was selected. It was really good. You know, I'm really partial to Japanese food. I'm not a big fan of sushi. Like sashimi, that portion of it, I'm fine with that. You know, the raw fish part of it. But honestly, the raw fish is not much better than normal fish. It's sort of like a... doesn't improve it for me. And then, like, I don't like the vinegar rice, because rice wine vinegar is in the rice for sushi. I can taste it. I'm a really anti-vinegar person. Like, a cooked down balsamic vinegar, where a lot of the vinegary-ness is gone, I like that. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm just not a fan of when it comes to vinegars and stuff. So... it's one of those flavors that tends to be very anti what I like. But no, a lot of good Japanese stuff. I had my chicken katsu, and I love a good chicken katsu with a good tonkatsu sauce, and it was a very good tonkatsu sauce. I pick up a tonkatsu sauce at an Asian market that's about a half an hour away. It's a pretty decent brand that I get because then not only do they have a place there if I wanted to pick up some chicken katsu, which was good. That's good. Not as good as what I just had, but it's pretty good. But the sauce there is if I want to have some tonkatsu sauce with some kind of chicken, I can have it then. It's just good. It's just not as good as that was. That's all. Oh, and it has a very good miso soup. It's so hard to get out to a nice Japanese place. I think that's the thing, and it's pricier, and I think that's the other thing too. It's like I'm glad I saved some budget for it, for my budget. But it was a good weekend. I did well for Magic cards. 3 boxes for about $250, which honestly is really good. About $80 a box is good for Magic cards, especially now that prices are going up. There were some things I considered getting that I have never done, but... And there's a lot of board games. Some of them are really cool looking, but the thing is, it's sort of like... I said this to people. I would buy a board game if I played with people more. If I, maybe nowadays, now that Joe has a house, once a month get out to Joe's house with a bunch of people, not really worth it, like a lot of investments or something, because I've got a lot of other board games that I own that would be wonderful to play, that I would like to, that I haven't played in years, and they have board games that they have, and things like that, you know, so it's sort of like, it's hard to do that. People talking in the hall, don't mind it. Stuff going on, yelling in the background. I had to pause it for a second. Anyway, the afternoon. So yeah, walking the show floor and just taking the time to like look at everything too. I tried to do that as much as I can. I've got these videos recorded, and I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with these, and maybe I will arrange for something to do it. Like, if I don't figure out something by the end of this week, I'll like, start cobble them together or something for YouTube or something. But I want to do something more with my PAX Unplugged reporting. I have to figure out what. And that'll be a challenge. Excuse me. So, it was a very good weekend though. Story short, because, you know, I've told this in some other places, but I almost missed the train back. After I finished up, I had plenty of time. I left right before I had set an alarm, which was giving me a half an hour, because I walked to the sushi/Japanese place, and it was about like a 10-minute walk from the convention center, and from the exit I need to go. So that was, you know, with lights, wasn't bad. So I walked back, and I got back to the entrance, and it turns out the entrance that I go to for the train station is, at very least on Sundays, closed at 7 o'clock. I was getting back past 7 o'clock. This was the last train before they had a couple more trains, but they were 2 hours before the next one. So it was like a 7:48 train. I'm getting back around like 7:28. 20 minutes left. And the next one is 9:48. And then 11:48 for the last train. Those are way off. I wouldn't know what I would do with myself. Convention's like closed. No one's around. Probably could have contacted, you know, Josiah and stuff, and done something them for a while if I really needed to. But I get directions from someone that's there. I'm like, where's another entrance? I don't think there was maliciousness, but he gave me the wrong directions. He pointed some directions, and I was trusting that he was pointing the right way. So I started walking at it. He said 2 blocks this way and then turn. And I walked 2 blocks. Now the thing is, I'm like paying attention. I'm like, is this the right road? After I go to 2 blocks and I look at the road name, it's not the correct name. And I'm like, what's going on here? I check my map. I find out I've been going the wrong direction completely. Like, from the train station, I should have gone that way. I went that way. I would have gone that way and then that way, but I was supposed to go that way and then that way, and then technically just that way. So I run back to where I was, and I keep going to where I need to go to, and I get there and I see the entrance to the train station. Fortunately, the one that was there was very visible, because I ran by another entrance that looked like it was another closed one. And so I was like, oh, am I going to get there in time? I go down. I go to the cash machine, because I want to pay with cash. I still have enough cash for a ticket. It doesn't do the one-way tickets. I'm fighting around with it, and it's like doing passes and stuff and things like that. I go over to the next machine. I finally get my pass. I grab my stuff. I go down. 46. 7:46. And as I'm going down, it says the train's on time. And then hits 7:49 or 7:48, and it goes, train's 2 minutes late. So I arrived theoretically right on time, but then the train got just a little late at the last second. It was stressful. It's a stress at the end of the night, but it's a story that, like, I'm like, oh man, that was a heck of a story. Other things, the Pokemon Go there was pretty good. I didn't do it the entire time, but I was like logged in a couple of times here and there throughout the day. Caught a bunch of Pokemon, did a lot of the Pokestops. There was some kind of event that was going on specifically to PAX that they didn't say that was going to go on. It wasn't announced anywhere. I didn't see anywhere. It might have just been connected to the Pokemon Company. That all it was some like special research field tasks, and lore modules lasted 6 hours. So I went from about 600 for the Picnicker lore modules to I'm about 2,150. With the Platinum Medal is 2,500. Still need work to go to get that Platinum Medal, but I got progress, and that was one of those things that's like, I don't use those lore modules ever for anything. I don't stick around a place normally when I would throw them out. You know, that's the thing, is like, you have to stick around one stop and just let them spawn slowly, and slow spawns kind of suck. I gotta be admit, even like on special days or events, it wouldn't be worth it. I'd pick up, play for a little while, move to another spot, and park, and play a little while. You know, it's just unfortunate that, like, sometimes it's okay to, like, walk around, sometimes it's not. Depends on the weather, depends on the situation, depends on where, you know, where I can go to. The local park, not really worth it to walk around a lot. A lot of the Pokestops are right along the parking lots. So I never used the lore modules, and like this was a really great place to do it, and I did. For walking 8 kilometer, I got Porygons with my buddy. That was great. For sending 5 gifts, so on that day I saved it up. We got unknowns that spelled out packs. Guess what? I had PAX already. Those are not ones I'm not missing, but I got some more of them. Got some more XL and normal candy for unknowns, which was great. There was a trade one. I have no idea what it was. There's 2 people I could have maybe traded with, and I traded with one of them on the first day before I got the things, and you know, I just didn't bother pushing it afterwards. I got to see a bunch of one of my friends. The other friend I didn't really see very much. The other one ran into a couple of times. Played a game with her because she wanted to. She'd come in with another one of her friends. It was a nice person to meet. Sunday we also went out to breakfast together, which is good. It was a good little down home in Reading Terminal Market. Good breakfast place. It was very busy on a Sunday. Like, very busy. But it wasn't too bad. I had a good day, did a lot, had fun. It was a good Sunday. Anything else to report in there? Because I'd streamed on Discussing Tabletop, but I haven't really had like a stream since Wednesday, which is interesting. You know, we had that, and yesterday I felt like relaxing, recovering some more, because I was just tired still. But anyway, let's switch over and open this box now, and I'll come back here then, and we'll figure out how long this takes, and if I want to do a game or not. We'll see what kind of timing it takes, because I don't want to do like a really short session of something. I'm not going to start Parasite Eve, I don't think, today. Well, and Stellaris, you know, I'll get caught up in that. And Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous 2. Maybe Pathfinder? Maybe a little bit of it? I could probably do a little bit of that. We'll see the time. I'd do a little bit then today and then tomorrow, too. I think is what I would do. Anyway. Hey there! Yes, this is the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms builder site, but I'm doing something different today. I've won a box of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Yep. So this was originally going to have been live streamed over on Twitch, but I'm recording it here also for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So, I mean, Twitch chat's not going to be visible, but they can, in their own way, say hi to you, YouTube, out there. So, if you don't know, I went to PAX Unplugged. I got this here. This was my me gift, the main one. I got some other boxes, but those were partially financed by family members and will therefore go to me for Christmas, because I don't have a huge amount of finances. So hey, when like I can pick up partial / full Christmas gifts from other people and be like, here's a gift for you to give to me for cheap, cheaper than it would have been. So let's get out of this wrapper here. That's the first thing. This is the Coast wrap. I think I got this one at Cool Stuff Inc. They had a setup. There was a couple of companies selling stuff, and I think like maybe I would have gotten luckier on Friday with some of the purchases, but I wasn't looking around on Friday, and I was hoping for more deals. Neo Draft Archetypes. A little back here, like a little inset. Is that the correct direction for you guys? I think it is. Anyway. Okay, where to start? I'm going to get out a pile of these, and we'll put them back where they were. So we're going to do one pile at a time, and just drop them in there. Let's just see what we get, honestly. I have not opened up any Kamigawa Neon Dynasty at all. So, you said, and I have water to drink, because I'm going to be talking a bunch about this. I also did grab the Gatherer for Neon Dynasty, to kind of see where we're at with that. Anyway, let's open our first pack. Cool. All right. I gotta hold this up here like this. That doesn't really work. He's always like having trouble with it. We got Ninja Kunai. Uncharted, Haven. So I'm like over here, I gotta have it? Yeah. Ancestral Katana. Simian Sling. Is this like, ooh, all okay, that's a monkey equipment? That's weird. Reckoner's Bargain. First non-artifact card. Oh hey, an enchantment creature. A Bearer of Memory. I forgot they have enchantment creatures in this one. Moonspear Prototype. Kami of Restless Shadows. I'll probably open up a couple of these with the commons and stuff to begin with, and then we'll move on to just like showing uncommons and rares. Imperial Subduer and the special cards. The Modern Age as a saga. Ooh. Oh, and it turns into Vector Glinder on the back. And that was the first, last common. Oh, and we got Colossal Sky Turtle as a uncommon. Generous Visitor. Yeah, this is like so blurry when I like come up close here. It doesn't auto correct. I gotta do settings. Mobilizer Mech. And then what do we have? Invoke the Ancients as a rare. Cool. And Bloodfall Caves is our land. And Construct Token. Alright. Yeah. Invoke the Ancients. Create a 2/4/4 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put their choice of vigilance counter, reach counter, or trample counter on it. Interesting. Very interesting. I think what I want to do is, like, when I open one of these, I think I might skip ahead to the uncommons and rares, and stuff like that. You know, just to make this not too long, because I feel like commons, if you really care about the commons, I mean, good, but, like, I got 36 of these to go through. I want to take a look at what the uncommons and rares are, gotta be honest. And my camera doesn't auto-correct as much as I'd like it to. I always thought about getting a new web camera, because this one works okay, but it doesn't, like, auto-correct a lot of stuff. There's a lot of little things. Okay, so let's go skip forward to the commons. Here's our commons. We got the A Long Reach of the Night. Patchwork Automation. Flame Discharge. Norika Yamazaki, the Poet, one of the uncommon legendaries, and Suzuki, the Living Lore. Cool. For lore counter on each saga you control, activate only as a sorcery. When such Living Lore dies, choose one return target saga enchantment you control to its owner hands. Return target saga card from your graveyard to your hand. And then we have Jungle Hollow and a Spirit Token. That's interesting. I like those. That's kind of neat. A saga-based deck would be useful. So far, both cards are interesting cards and rares. I just don't have places to put them currently. But I might make a Kamigawa Neon Dynasty deck. I've done that before, make set decks. I mean, it's they'll go out of standard rotation, but I like doing that kind of thing. Just like playing around with the mechanics of a deck, exactly. I usually make one or two. I'm behind on some of them, but like, I'll get to it again. But yeah, no, this has been a fun one to check out, and it's always good to hear people getting back into Magic. Honestly, I'm getting into Magic. I like the game a lot. I feel a mixed bag about a lot of the products that come out, but I have to say, big fan of this one, Neon Dynasty. I'm a big fan of the Wizards are so hit and miss when it comes to products. I think that's the problem. They have big hits, and they have really bad misses. Oh god, I'm getting a raid. Hi, Hamhocks, raiding with a party of 53. Jeez, you just came in here for the 3rd pack opening. I hope you had a good stream. I hope, you know, howdy. How did things go with the stream? What were you doing? Before I continue opening packs here. I hope things were going well. I'm making it through. I've already decided to only be talking about the uncommons and rares, because honestly, opening a box takes time. Oh, Arena. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, I'm on my magic card opening layer right now, just because I don't have a better layer for it, because I don't normally open a lot of packs. It's different from my normal just chatting layer, but I felt like it was appropriate. Let's see what our uncommons for this one is. Ooh, we got Roaring Earth. Yeah, I actually was doing, I do occasionally, I get a pack from my Adventures of the Forgotten Realm back, and because I do both D&D and Magic, I open up my Adventures of the Forgotten Realm pack and design an adventure around those cards. It's not as easy as you'd think. I gotta do more of those. It's been a while, but, you know, life has made it difficult. Upriser Renegade. Okay. Enormous Energy Blade. It's just, I don't know how good it is, but I like the fact that it's just, like, so nerdy. Oh yeah, you know, it's understandable. You know, I hope the stream went well. I hope, you know, you get rest up, you know, recover, get everything you needed done. And thanks for stopping by and sending the raid this way. Yeah. And I got, Shigeki Junai Visionary. Alright, Shigeki, what the heck do you do? Return Shigeki Junai Visionary to its owner's hand, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, you put a land card from among them into your battlefield, tapped, rest into your graveyard. You can channel him to return X non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. I could see that being useful. I just haven't bothered playing Arena. I played a little bit back in the day, but Arena just... Ooh, I got Mecha Titan. It's all colors, and it's Flying Vigilance Trample Lifelink as a token. This feels like a rarer token. Mecha Titan. Ooh, oh, I got one of the really cool swamps. I love these things. I love these lands. These are the cool ones. I really love these. I'm so happy that these are there. Man, I gotta put them in places. Well, yeah, generally a lot of raids, raid and dash. Alright. I like that. And the snake guy, my green-black deck could work with that. It could. I've got a green-black deck that it's not a nice deck. But, you know, it could work with that. Okay, what do we have? It looks like we have a foil card in this one. Hey, look at that. Behold the unspeakable. Replication Specialist. Ooh, Dragon Spark Reactor. What's our rare? Our rare... Oh, no, that's what we have. Four uncommons. That's right. Story Weave. And our rare is... Brilliant Restoration. Just normal rare. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Actually pretty useful. I can see some decks for that. And our foil is just a Bearer of Memories. Ooh, wait a second. We got, oh, one of these cards. Oh, a double-face card thing. Okay, yeah. And a Thordward Falls. Just a Bearer of Memory, though. I can see Brilliant Restoration being pretty helpful. Oh god. I got back into Magic in Scars after taking like a 10-year break. Yeah, I was like 10 years. And then I tried to... I did manage to rebuild some of those sets back from the day. Not a lot. I don't have a lot of rares from there. I kind of bought the rares I needed for decks from anything. Because I played up until around... oh, was it like... Before Onslaught. It's right in those areas right after the Invasion Saga. Like, the Invasion Saga was the last big one I did, and I did a little bit of collecting up, but I think it was around the original Mirrodin that I took a break, because, honestly, Equipment, I was an old man and I was like, artifacts shouldn't be enchantments, grumble, grumble, old man, grumble, grumble, grr, back in my day. And it was, I like equipment now. But, you know, it was like, equipment, planeswalkers. Because I heard about planeswalkers and I was like, grumble. And then I finally, like, a couple friends of mine got back into Magic, you know, with, like, Zendikar and stuff. So I was like, maybe I'll get back into it. And then Scars came out, and I got back into it in Scars. And I've been kind of in it. Like, I like doing what I've done now. I buy a box of cards, and that's about it, honestly. I can't keep up with all the other products. So there's plenty of new stuff that I miss out on, and I feel sad about that. But they have so much. It's like, especially nowadays, there's a lot of product vomit. Anyway, we'll open our pack here. We'll, ooh. Is that like... I like the design on this. It's only a common, but I like the design on this. Just the card design is kind of neat. Where's our... There we go. We are reached our uncommons. Gloom Streaker, a cat beast. Ooh. Spinning Wheel Kick. Wah. A thirst for knowledge. Oh, hey! We got a mythic. Desert. Betrayer of Flesh. We got a mythic. We got a big hit. We got a Planeswalker, too, a Tezzeret. Activate ability. The first activate ability of artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. Target artifact becomes a artifact creature of the vehicle. Whenever an artifact card becomes tapped, draw a card. Honestly, I have an artifact deck. This Tezzeret would go well in there also. I'm just saying. The tap and draw a card one. Get rid of a couple of artifacts I can get back. I'm happy about that. Just a normal land. None of the fancy Japanese lands. I like those. But Tezzeret, that's a good one. I don't know if he's actually valuable. I can actually look that up quickly. I have the Gather open. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty price list. There we go. TCG player, please give me a price list for all these things. You're very good about this. Let's go down. I'm just curious. How well have held up? Not that I would sell it, honestly. I rarely sell Magic cards now, so you're not worth a lot. The Showcase foil and the border list would be worth more. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. What are the big cards for this set still? Yeah, some special cards are the big ones. It doesn't seem like there's a really big price for anything. Like showcase cards and the neon cards that are very exclusive are the very expensive cards. And after that, the etched foil and a borderless is around $33, and that's the most expensive card. Actually, and it's $26. Seichi who adores? What are you? You're rare. Oh, you're the land. That's the most expensive card. Honestly. Neat. Cool. I mean, you know, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Relearning Magic is hard. I think that's the other thing I have to say about that. Like, relearning a lot of the abilities. It's like there's so many simple abilities and how things have changed, too. Like, Planeswalkers rules, Legend rules, and all that stuff. How they keep altering and all the little changes they do to rules. It just messes with you sometimes. But, alright. Let's throw out our comments. Well, we're not throwing them out. Again, I probably will make a deck with them, honestly. You know, I'll make some Kamigawa Neon Dynasty decks when I figure out what would be cool to make. The Fall of Lord Konda. Dockside Chef. Ooh. So sacrifice something to draw a card. Oh, that actually could be useful. Oh, the Fall Log kind of flips over. Okay, it's a flip card. Circuit Mender. Alright. And Bronze Plate Boar. An equipment boar. And we just have a rare this time. The Restoration of Iganjo. A Saga. Search your library for basic planes cards, reveal it, then shuffle it, put in your hand, shuffle your library. You may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent with a value of 2 or less from the battlefield. Exile this saga, return to the battlefield transformed under control, and the saga transforms into the Architect of Restoration. A Vigilance, when it blocks, get a Spirit token. Not bad. And a token, and a Saltwater Cliffs. Nothing super special, but honestly, that's not a bad card. It's just, I think it's interesting the sagas transform a lot nowadays in this set here. It's very interesting because, you know, that's kind of what a lot of end up doing. Ooh, yeah. We got the Heir to Ancient Fang, and I think in like a different version of it. Yeah, this is 325 they call it. So that's, yeah, we got like this, the full art or something, specialized version of it. So we got a couple of those that are just in the normal set, which is actually kind of awesome. That they got those like special like bordered cards in there too. Gravelighter. Kappa Tech Wrecker. Okay. Acquisition Octopus. Hey, remember that expensive card we talked about? Brigetta, Who Endures. And now, again, like, you know, all joking aside, it is, like, not a super expensive card. It is, $26 card, market price. But, you know, boop boop. The Wandering Emperor would be another good card to get. Ooh, and, freaking the Japanese Plains. Oh, God. That is hilarious that I pulled that right after I talked about it, looked up prices, when I was, like, looking up the Tezzeret. That is so hilarious. I honestly, it's just right afterwards. It's one of those things as I look at this. Discard it. So tap for green mana. Channel, discard it. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, non-basic land of an opponent's choice. That player searches the library for a land with a basic land type, puts in the battlefield and shuffled. Ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. It's a card that I guess is really good in Standard or, like, certain decks. I gotta be honest, I don't have a deck for it. It's cool to get, you know, but I can understand why it has price. It combos with some stuff, or has some, like, very good use. It's cool to get. I have a better place for the Tezzeret in the deck. You know, and Tezzeret's worth a lot less. The Wandering Emperor would be cool to get. I don't know if I'll get the Wandering Emperor. That's, I guess, another one of these big price cards here. It looks like that's the next big one. And then it goes down to the next normal card is Fable the Mirror Breaker, which is like 16. So yeah, so there isn't a lot of like super expensive cards. And even the Wandering Emperor is only $23, so not a huge amount. You know, it's interesting Planeswalker. It might be fun to get. Well, let's keep going. Yeah, it's fun. As I said, I'll see how long this all takes, and I may or may not play a game after here. I might call it, because I only have like 3 hours today to stream. I canceled yesterday, which I would have had more time. I got less time on a Tuesday. Just because I get stuff done in the afternoons. Another card in the like special format, Aki Ronin. The other format. I like these formats. Okay. The Life of Toshiro Umezawa. Cool. And then we got Nezumi Prowler for our next uncommon. Discover the Impossible. Malicious Malfunction. Then our rare card is Tatsunari Toad Rider. Oh, we got a foil rare. Oh, that's cool. We got Suzuki, the Living Lore. The one we got earlier, but we got now in foil too. See that foiling a little bit there. So that's actually really cool. Got in the foil. Neat. And Tatsunari Toad Rider, whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control a creature named Kemi, create Kemi, a legendary 3/3 black, green, frog creature token with whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain life. And for 1 blue and a green or blue, Tatsunari Toad Rider and target frog you control can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with flying and reach. It's interesting. Again, I don't know if I necessarily have a place for it in the deck, but it's cool. I liked it, and I got a foil foil rare, which is really cool. That's really cool. I'm already very happy with what I've gotten here, honestly. And honestly, the style of these cards is just so fun. That's the thing, is the style of these cards is just fun. Kumano faces Kakazan. When we were young. Oh, it's the other Planeswalker guy and the Wandering Emperor. Yeah. Assassin's Inc. Ooh. Toshawa Guidebot. Ooh, we got a full art. We got Surge Hacker Mech. Full art. Neat. Full art rare. And then, the land and the, other card there. Menace. Surge Mech enters the battlefield and deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control the target creature or planeswalker opponent control. Crew 4. It's a part of a vehicle deck kind of setup, but we got the full art one, which is kind of cool. So yeah. Number 405. I have to check what this is. I just want to check what the full art are. Reach my nose a little bit. Oh, this is actually the showcase. Oh, this is the showcase. It's only 32 cents. But it's the showcase card. Okay. So this is showcase. This is not the extended art. Got you. What's the difference? Okay, that's the extended art. God, there's so many, like, different versions of cards now. It's so difficult to figure out. I gotta admit, that's something that I like. Opening this box here, because I haven't opened, I haven't really looked at cards since last year. What set would that have been? I was doing the Baldur's Gate. Was Baldur's Gate the end of the year? Yeah, it was. It was Baldur's Gate, then the 2 Innistrad sets. So it was the 2 Innistrad sets that were after there, and I didn't get stuff for either of those yet. Now I do have Crimson Vow, but you know. It's interesting to see they've got all these versions of cards. And I'm like, I don't really need the versions of cards. You know, that's the thing. Alright, commons. Let's see what we got. We got, ooh, Invigorating Hot Springs. Covert Technician. A Jukai Naturalist. Do we only have 3 uncommons? Huh. That's odd. Why do I get 4 sometimes? But we got Satoru Umizawa. Satoru Umizawa. God, my brain's not working today. Let's see here. Legendary creature. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest in the bottom of the library in any order. So every trigger is only once each turn. Each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu. Oh, a ninja deck with him would be so good. Oh, I played with ninja. I've got a ninja deck. It's technically a ninja deck I bought long ago, and I from one of the where is it from? It wasn't like Commander. There was a special decks you could buy, and one of them was a ninja deck, and I spruced it up a little bit and edited it a little bit, and I could edit it even more with new ninjas. It's one of those decks that I own, that I you know, again, it was a pre-made one that I spruced up and added, like, you know, subtracted, like, you know, 10 cards, added 10 cards, so not a huge amount of editing. Like, I probably would want to, like, edit the land base a little bit more, but it's, like, it's a black-blue deck, so you really don't need a lot of, like, super editing. Ooh! Ah! I got one of the anime-style cards for Sunblade Samurai. Look, you know, I'm an anime fan. I'm partial to the anime cards a little bit. I like them. Bujutsu Reach the Skyward. Ooh, we got another foil. Goshintaini, The Shared Purpose. Oh, it's a shrine. Banishing Sash. Dokuchi Silencer. And then we got Takenuma, the Abandoned Mire. Another one of the legendary lands. This one has channel, discard it, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Ability costs 1 less for each legendary creature you control. And then we got Reinforced Ronin as a foil, and it looks to be like the extended art version of it. That's also foil. That's kind of cool. Probably not worth a lot. Oh, so it's showcase form, and they've got like a showcase foil, I guess. That's weird. They also have then like a foil version of it. I don't understand the amount of like variation they have. I really don't. It's a hell of a variation. One more pack in our first 12. Let's see what we get. Windows Defender, thank you for an update, and you continue to defend my system. Ooh, Thundersteel Colossus is a common there. Ooh. Heko Yamazaki, the General. It's the kind of extended art anime style for an uncommon. That's cool. Secluded Courtyard. I don't think we had that one. Oni Cult Anvil. Ooh. And then we have for our rare Invoke Calamity. You may cast up 2 instant or sorcery spells with total mana cost of 6 or less from your graveyard and your hand without paying their mana costs. If those spells will be put into the graveyard, exile them instead. Exile Invoke Calamity. So this is like a good way to get some sorceries out there for cheaper, or spend 5 mana to do 6 mana worth of stuff. And then we just got a Blooming Sand, so nothing too special there. Oh, our Lightning Hand was a flip card. You know, I definitely think there's some cool Pointing Stalkers, a ninja there. Some cool style. Alright. We're about a third of the way done. Got some cool cards already. Honestly, I'm going to pull out the other pile and just put it somewhere separate before I work on it. Not on my mouse cord. I do use a corded mouse just because, hey, I was using, I didn't want to change batteries, and honestly, a lot of the, wireless mouses I was getting just weren't, they were breaking down a lot. I was having to get new ones and stuff, and my nice wired mouse has lasted very long. I'm just saying. I don't know, maybe I wasn't getting good wireless mouse quality. Who knows? Let's see what we got here. Let's go over to our uncommons with Azusa's Many Journeys. Okay. A Sokenanzan Smelter. Ooh, Goblin Artificer. Interesting. Born to Drive. And then Reality Heist. Ooh. Followed by Invoke the Winds. We haven't got Invoke the Winds yet, so that's a new rare. Gain control of target artifact or creature. Untap it. That's not bad. I could actually find a place for that. I've got a blue-red deck, which is meant to steal a lot of stuff. That actually might not be a bad card to put in there. I'd have to see if, because that is a sorcery speed. It's 5 mana, and you steal something and untap it. The untap it part might be the great part about it, and it's like it's a sorcery, not an enchantment, meaning you have to kill the creature to get it back, not kill the enchantment. So that card might be good in that deck. So that's a card I can see that I can be like, I might be able to use that. Look, I have very nice decks, and I have some very asshole decks, and I will not deny that I've got both. And that is a very asshole deck. Most of my blue decks are. Some of them aren't. My blue-green really isn't. Rato Sentinel. Hot Shot Mechanic. Web Spinner Cuff. Ooh, we got the really cool looking blue mana. And we have, of course, Ryu, Storm's Edge. Samurai. First strike, 3/3. Whenever a samurai or warrior control attacks alone, untap it. If it's the first combat phase this turn, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. I can see uses for that, but honestly, I would have to, like, maybe make a Samurai Warrior deck. I could maybe from this set, but that's what I'd probably have to do if I was going to use that one. It would be pretty good for that. It gets an extra attack, but like, honestly, it's like I have to find a place for it. As we open a pack. Ooh. Seven-tailed mentor in the anime style. I like it. I like it. That's common, though. Reach of the Long Night. We might have had that one before. Selfless Samurai. Ooh. Anime style for that one, too. Double anime style. I like it. Goshitai, the Lost Wisdom. Do we have that shrine? We might have had another shrine. It's hard to tell. Goshitai, the Ancient Wars. This is why they look very similar. Eh. Ooh, we got another mythic. Second mythic of the pack. I'm happy about that. Atsui, the Blazing Sky. We got the dragon. Dragon Spirit. Flying Trample. When it dies, choose one. Exile top 2 cards of your library. Until end turn, you may play those cards. Create 3 treasure tokens. How many mythics are in this set? Let's find out in the rarity time. Probably more than I'm going to get, for certain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, well, I have to look at the single ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it really is. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, you know, out of the mythics, I now have 2 out of 18. That's actually a really nice card. I see places. The thing is, I have a red deck. It is a red, mostly dragon deck. A 4/4 flying trample dragon spirit that either gives me, I can play the top 2 cards of my library, or 3 treasure tokens. If it dies, really good. This is very good in my red, mostly dragon deck, you know. Yeah. So, like, I don't play a lot of standard. My big things are, I play some commander, and I play some, like, legacy/vintage. You know, my decks tend to fall into both those categories, because I don't use a lot of, like, cards that, you know, wouldn't be within those. And they're mostly just because I'm an ancient player. You know, that's why I have these decks that just use all my cards. Because I like to use all my cards. So, I have my Legacy Vintage Red deck. This would go really good in. I'm just saying. Maybe a really nice card in there, actually. I'm like, I do make standard decks, though. But I don't usually get a chance to play them before they go out of standard. As I said, I'll probably make at least 1 deck out of this entire box. I'll, like, make a Kamigawa box, deck. I don't know if I'll play with it in standard. Okay. Yeah. I've heard good things about Alchemy, but it's like playing online. I have opinions about Arena. It could be better. It could be better. I think that's my main opinion about it. Ooh, Blade Blizzard Kitsune. It's a ninja. It's a white ninja with double strike? That's interesting. White ninjas. I didn't know they had those. Boon of Buchitsu. Awakened Awareness. And our rare is Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, Kiki-Jiki. I have Kiki-Jiki. I have him in Legend. I have him in a couple places. Create 2/2 Goblin Shaman. Whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. You may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards and exile the saga and turn it into Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except as haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the end step. Yep, there we go. It's got Kiki-Jiki's power. I play with Kiki-Jiki in a couple of decks. He's useful. As much as people don't have always talked bad about the original Kamigawa block, there are some good cards in there. I use Mirror Gallery. I have a Legends deck with Mirror Gallery, and what's the card? I can't remember it now. The one that it's from Zendikar block, and it creates a token copy, or you can kick it and create like 5 copies, and I just do that. And I have 5 of, like, some really powerful legendary. I like Mirror Gallery, because then I can create more copies of my legendaries. I'm just saying. I technically have 2 legendary decks. I have a legendary dragon deck, too, which is kind of cool. I've got a lot of decks, though. So, I mean, you know. Chico's Reign of Truth. Naomi, Pillar of Order. Goshitai, the Hidden Cruelty. Another of the Shrine Collection. I forgot these shrines are alive. Rabbit Battery. Ah, the Reality Chip. Okay. It's an artifact. Legendary. It's a jellyfish, too. Look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the Reality Chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Reconfigure. Attach this target creature control or unattach it from a creature. Reconfigure as a sorcery. And attach this in a creature. So reconfigure is kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I have decks that this would be good in, honestly, the Reality Chip. So, I mean, I have places to put that one. I do. It's been a pretty good time so far. I think we got... Like, the thing is, there are... Usually, amongst Mythics, like, yeah, I've only got, like, 2 Mythics, and I'm not gonna... I might not get any more. Maybe I'll get 1 or 2 more. Maybe I'll get lucky. I got one of the Planeswalker. I got Tezzeret. And honestly, Tezzeret's maybe not the best of the Planeswalkers, but I do have an artifact deck. Period Recovery Unit. Goshitain, the Bileless Victor. I'm pretty sure I've got all of the shrines now, at least. Leech Gauntlet. And, oh hey, another Mythic, Speak of the Devil. Blade of the Oni. And it's what the, is this the showcase card? Blade of the Oni? I made a joke about it, and then it shows up. Yeah, it's this showcase. And a mountain with the style there. So yeah, Blade of the Oni, another Mythic. You know, hey, spoke of the Devil. Menace. A quick creature has a base power and toughness of 5/5, has Menace, and it's a black demon in addition to its other types. It's reconfigure. You know, I don't think I have a great deck for it, but I can find some places for it probably. It's not bad. It's just not super great either. You know, I think that's why it's not one of the more expensive Mythics. But that was cool to get. Didn't expect that. I joked, and then I got another one. You know, that's the way it happens, is you make little jokes about things and you get stuff. Here we go. High-speed hover bike for uncommon. Then, tempered in solitude. Futurist operative. Goro Goro, discipline of Rusi. Ooh, Goblin Samurai. Creature control have haste and create a dragon spirit token with flying. Activate this control attacking modified creature. Equipment or as you control encounters or modifications. Not bad. I might have a place for it. I have a zombie goblin deck. That might be useful there because you're cheap and you do give everything haste, but I don't know. That's a maybe. And I got a foil of Kitsune Ace. Nothing too special, but neat there. Alright. About halfway through this stack. So, hey, making progress through all these cards. It's been fun chatting about this set and seeing what's in here. I'm just looking if there's any special cards before we get to them. Okay, here we go. Hold the Unspeakable. Had that one before. I know that one. Progeny Prototype. I don't think we had this one before for uncommon. Asari Captain. Orochi Merge Keeper. Huh. Then, ooh, Mirror Box. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Each legendary creature gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each creature you control with the same name as that creature. I think I found something better than Mirror Gallery. It's better than Mirror Gallery. It might be. I'll have to check. I think it's better than Mirror Gallery. Oh, we got the cool looking swamp. Oh, God, Mirror Box. I have a place for it. I do. I got a place for it. I got one. That's one I can point out and be like, oh, hey, I got a place in a deck for that. Man, I gotta update all my decks. Let's see what we got in this one. Anchor to Reality? We might have had that one before. Walking Skyscraper. Ooh, that sounds so cool. Sky Blessed Samurai. And Invoke Justice. I don't think we had Invoke Justice. Return target permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield to distribute 4+1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and/or vehicles target player controls. I don't think we had that one. Invoke Justice, not bad. Not bad. Not super great, but not bad. I might have placed for it. I might not. Again, that's like, certainly there's places for it. I can probably figure something out. There's a lot of white mana, so we're doing a very white-heavy deck. And I have a few of those. Heir to Ancient Fang. It's just in the extended art. Here we go. So with the Life of Toshiro Umezawa, we've had that one. Containment Construct. Haven't had that one before. Touch the Spirit Realm. Well, that's a pretty cool one. Unforgiving One. And then we've got... Ooh! It's a rare. Hinata Dawn Crowned. 3 mana, Kijin Spirit, legendary, flying trample. Spells you cast one less to cast for each target. Spells an opponent cast cost 1 more for each target. Maybe. Might have a place for that. I have a red-white deck that does have a splash of other color in it. I don't know if it's got a splash of blue or not. I could have things like Rupture Spires in it. That would allow for blue, which would allow for this, which would be really good for that kind of deck. I don't know. Hotshot Mechanics of foil. I don't know. I can maybe see a place for it, but that's like a tough one. That's a tough one. Just because it's 3 colors. Maybe a commander deck? I might have a commander deck where that could go. I think I do have a red, blue, white commander deck. A lot of my commander decks are precons that I've heavily edited. Because honestly, a lot of the old precons were actually pretty good to begin with. Essence Capture. I don't think I had that one. Twin Shot Sniper. Ooh. Silver Fur Master. Ninja. It's totally Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mecha Titan Core. I have the Mecha Titan token. I saw that earlier. Excellent Mecha Titan Core and 4 other artifacts you can creatures or vehicles you control. Create a 10/10 legendary token. Yeah. I freaking got the core for Mecha Titan and I had the card for it earlier. I like that. I'm happy about that. I can use that token now. I'm a sucker for tokens. I got the Merit Lodge token from Cold Snap. That's an expensive token. Look at Merit Lage token. It's expensive. The original one. It is not cheap. But I got it back in the day before Magic's gone up in price since it. The Fall of Lord Conan, we have had that one, definitely. Historian's Wisdom, haven't had this one for an uncommon. Prosperous Thief, ooh, that's another new one. Blossom Prancer, oh, it's a whatever the hell that deer is from the summer deer from Pokemon is. Give me a second, I'll look it up. Another mythic, Kari the Swirling Sky. It's the blue dragon. When it dies, choose one. It's flying, ward 3. Return any number of non-land permanents with a total cost of 6 or less to their owner's hands. Mill 6 cards. Return up to 2 instants. Restore your card from your graveyard to your hand. And then we've got another legendary foil, one that we've had for legendary before, or rare before. Shingeki Jukai Visionary. We had him before. What Deerling evolves into. I'm forgetting what it evolves into. Ooh, and another one of the light mana. Yeah, but Deerling, what it evolves into... This is totally what Deerling evolves into, the summer version of it, I think. Give me a second to open Pokemon Go. Sawsbuck. Wait. There we go. Sawsbuck. It's totally Sawsbuck. Summer form. Damn it. I'm gonna catch this Spanky because I opened up the game. It's fighting Pokemon now in the event. So I'm happy about that. Last third. it's It's Summer Songbook. That's hilarious. So, we've gotten a pretty decent set right now. Let's see what else we can get. Maybe we can get another Planeswalker. Honestly, I'm not holding my breath for another Planeswalker, but it would be really cool. We got 2 of the dragons. There's 5 of the dragons that are all mythics. You know, we've gotten 4 out of 18 mythics. That's not a bad number. Let's see what our uncommons are. Well, we got the extended Pierce Samurai. That's cool. Roadside Reliquary. Sacrifice to draw a card if you control an artifact. Draw a card if you control an enchantment. Well, that's actually pretty cool. That actually was first. Okiba Salvager. We had the Colossal Sky Turtle before. Best box. Kami War. Kami War. Another mythic. Another mythic. Look at that. Exile target non-land permanent your opponent controls. Return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then each opponent discards a card. And then it transforms into Kamigawa Made Manifest, which is all colors, a 6/6 flying trample dragon spirit. Whenever it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card from your graveyard. Return that card to your hand. It gets +X/+O, where X is the mana value of it. So that was a thing. Yeah, that was the thing. Not worth a lot, but I mean, like, again, not a lot of cards in this set are really, except for like if I get some of the showcase or stuff. But that's pretty awesome that I got that one too. Can't believe it's Sawsbuck. That's hilarious, and so many levels. The thing that I'm like, it's Pokemon. Ugh. God. It's been a really good box already. I'm gonna be honest, I'll be happy if that's like the best things we've got already. Kumo Face Command, I think we've had this one. Patrick Automation we haven't had for an uncommon. Flame Discharge. Ooh. Reinforced Ronin. And then Tribute to Horobi. That's a rare. Ooh! Forest. I like that one. Each opponent creates a 1/1 black rogue creature token, exiles from the battlefield under control, and when it exiles returns flying haste. Echo of Death Whales enters the battlefield, gain control of all rat tokens. Echo of Death Whales attack. Each you may sacrifice another creature if you do draw a card. Interesting. That's interesting. I don't think it's super great, but it's interesting nonetheless. Again, I could probably come up with some kind of use for it. Somewhere. Boom. Runaway Trash Bot. Okay, I haven't had that. Bronze Cudgels? I don't think we had this one. Seismic Wave. And our, rares March of Reckless Joy. An additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile a number of red cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less for each one you exile this way. Exile cards of your library, you may pay 2 of those cards until end of your next turn. I want an exile fix for this one. And we got Samurai Subduer, or Imperial Subduer as a foil. Yep. Cards, stay in your own lane in this box. We're getting down there. Okay, Zeus's Many Journeys. We've had that one before. Noriki Yamasaki the Poet. Anime style. I don't know if we've had this one. I don't think we've had the anime style if we have had it. Enthusiastic Merchant. Replication Specialist. And then Ishin, 2 Heavens as 1. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So, if I have something that says when a creature attacks, this triggers, or when it taps or something, like, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, so it would be any part of the attacking process causes it to trigger, then it triggers twice. That can be useful. Treasure token, they're really cool looking. That can be useful. I can see that. I can see that being useful. I can. I can definitely see that being useful. Bojetsu reaches the sky. I think we've had that one. Roaring Earth, I don't think we've had. Upriser Renegade. I don't think we've had that one. The Enormous Energy Blade we have had. Weaver of Harmony and the extended art kind of thing. Style. Is this showcase, actually? This might be showcase format. Other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1. And green tap, copy target ability, activate or trigger ability you control of an enchantment source. You may choose new targets for the copy. That can be actually pretty useful, honestly. That can be pretty useful. I might have some enchantments and stuff that could be useful in. Very much so. Let's just throw out those bits of trash. And only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. Final 7. We got 5 mythics. That's a pretty good amount for a box. I gotta be honest, like, that's pretty good for a box. Like, the Wandering Emperor's price isn't so bad that, like, if I really wanted to complete the set, I could just buy the Wandering Emperor. She's she's like $24. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Plane Ring Decision. Ooh. Generous Visitor? Mobilizer Mech. Cool. The Dockside Chef. Invoke Despair, another one of the invokes. I don't think we've had this one. Target opponent sacrifice a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life, and you draw a card. Repeat this process for an enchantment or planeswalker. And Fall of Lorcanda is our foil. We got another one of the swamps. Very cool. I love those. I love the style of lands in this one. I really do. I'm a big fan of it. They won me over with it, very much so. They really did. Ah, boom. Ooh, like the extended thing there for just a ninja. Pretty cool. Nchingu's Ray of Truth we've had. Dragonspark Reactor we've had. Stoneweave we haven't had as an uncommon. And Gravelighter we have had. And we've got Tamashi Reality Architect. Ooh, Moonfolk Wizard. When one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. And for white, return target land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment with mana value of X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability as a sorcery. I have a white-blue wizard deck. This would go good in there. I think I would. I think it definitely would. I can see a use for it. That one's a good one. That one's one I can throw into a deck. I'm happy about stuff I can see. I can say, ooh, I can throw that into a deck. And then I've got to go through those decks and edit them and stuff like that. And that's a process that maybe I'll do, like, 1 a week or something. I don't know. Gloom Shrieker. Spinning Wheel Kick. We've had these. Thirst for Knowledge. I think we had that one. March of Burgeoning Life. I don't think we've had this one. Additional cast this spell. You may exile a number of green cards from your hand. It costs cheaper. Choose target creature with a mana value of X. Search your library for a creature card with the same name as the creature and put it in the battlefield tapped and shuffled. Okay. That can be useful if you have playsets of something. Yeah. That could be useful. I can see that being useful. I can. Last 4 deck packs. Let's see what we get. The Long Reach of Night. I think we've had that one. Assassin's Ink. I know we've had. Bronze Plate Boar. I know we've had. Circuit Mender. I know we've had. And we got Cloudsteel Kirin. Flying. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game. Okay. And we have a Mech Hanger as a foil, which we didn't have as an uncommon, which is neat. 3 more. See if we get anything good. Anything that really stands out is really cool. Kappa Wrecker, we've had that one. Hideko Zamazaki, the General. I don't think we've had this one. Judokai Naturalist, I think we've had that one. Otawara, the Soaring City. This one we haven't had. It's another one of those legendary lands. The channel ones. This one, discard it, return target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary you control. Haven't had that one. Another one of the legendary lands that have channel. That's cool. I've got 3 of those then. 3 invokes, 3 of those, 2 of the dragons. Those are like the play sets in this deck. This set. Behold the Unspeakable we've had again. Dokuchi Silencer. Don't think we've had that in common. Malicious Malfunction. Goshitai the Shared Purpose. What are you behind there? Ooh, Inventive Iteration. Return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. You can't draw if you can't draw a card. Exile this saga, return to battlefield control, which would be Living Breakthrough, which is a 3/3 Merfolk. I don't think we've had this one. And we got Fade into Antiquity as a foil. With this last pack, you know what I was gonna save it until now for last pack just to say, I don't think we have any doubles and rares. I don't think we had, except for the foils. The foils, the 2 foils that we got are the only doubles. That's pretty good. And now, granted, if we get a mythic in here, awesome. But I've gotten 5 mythics. That's a pretty good number for a box. 5 mythics, honestly. Normally, I think it's like 4 mythics, because it's let me look this up because I have to remember. Mythic to rare rate 1 PG. 1 out of 8 chances for booster packs. So I've gotten 5. The chances of a mythic in here, very slim. But in a box of 32, 5 is a good number. So I'm happy about that, nonetheless. I'm very happy about that. This box has been very good. It's been good to me. Hey, non-foil mech hanger. I didn't have that. It's the Vigoring Hot Springs, which we had earlier. Acquisition. Okay. Okay. Okay, box. Okay, box. Okay, box. Tsuki the Blazing Sky. Hey. I mentioned not having a double. And you know what they gave me a double of? A mythic. Oh, that is hilarious. Is this borderless or extended art? This is the borderless. $8 card. $8.36. But nonetheless, borderless version of this. I got 2 of them. I could throw them into another deck. One of them into one deck and one of them into another deck. Honestly. God, I can't believe. This is a really good box. I'm really happy about it. I got 6 mythics in this box. It's a really good box. When, normally in a box with 32 cards, again, you get like 4, maybe? Man. Hey, for those of you on the YouTube side, I'm going to be stopping now. There was a little bit of Twitch stuff in there because people rated and stuff, but I hope you enjoyed this portion of the show. I'm going to switch back to normal Twitch streams. So, join me on Twitch if you want to join for this stuff live sometimes. Boop! Hey, we're back over here. That's just my cut point for Twitch, for YouTube side of stuff. Wow. How is a heck of a box. I need to really hydrate there. Ooh. I can feel the hydration entering deep within me. Yeah. The thing is, like, I know I will not, if I would get, like, another box, I'd not get one nearly as good. I think that's the thing about, like, the entire thing is that was a really good box. again, like, I got a couple of double ups, but not many. So few that it's, like, barely worth mentioning. It's like, what, I got 2 foil rares that were doubles of stuff I had. And there was one towards the end there that I was like, I don't think it was a double, but it could have been, because I've gone through so many. And then the mythic one, the mythic, and it's a different version of the mythic, one more expensive version of that. So it's 6 mythics, no double up on rares, and a lot of the uncommons, probably all the uncommons. Like, I feel like if I wanted to finish collecting, because I would maybe want to get the base of this set. I think that's something I like to do. Like, I ignore all the special versions of the cards and just talk about the base versions of a set, and that's what I want to collect. Because all the special and fancy ones and stuff like that, you know what I call those? Fancy promos. And I have not been one for fancy promos. I gotta find a place to put this out of the way that I can figure out what to do with this box now. Oh, that was energizing. That was fun. So I can figure out what I want to do now, if I want to do something. I started a little late. I could go for maybe like 45 minutes more, because I wanted to end around 1 at latest. I'm going to chat for a little bit more. That might be nice. I might maybe switch over to, for now, just chatting on the thing here. Let's just update that to our category. It's now going to be just chatting for a little bit here while I figure stuff out. Cool. There we go. We'll call the title Chatting Post Box Opening. So, yeah, I gotta be honest. Wow. That's a hell of a box. There we go. It's the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I think the thing I have to say about it is, like, I can see where I could make a vehicle deck, a saga deck, a ninja deck out of the stuff directly in there. And there's plenty of cards that I can see in there that could go into my other decks. Granted, like, I haven't really, like, properly organized my other decks in for a while. Really, I got to sit down and, like, each of the decks that I had that I kind of had designs on, I got to do that. There's a lot I want to do and have to do to, like, you know, organize my Magic cards and stuff. But the thing is, like, I don't have a lot of opportunities to play Magic anymore. I used to have a lot more Magic opportunities, as I think. And as time has gone by, with me losing a lot of those opportunities, it's been less wanting for me to edit those decks. Like, I honestly brought stuff with me to PAX Unplugged. I didn't sit down to play Magic with anybody. I could have found some Magic players, but maybe if I had gone all 3 days. But again, like, I think if I had gone all 3 days, it would have been a different thing, and I would have wanted more people. Like, if Joe had come, or, you know, Momo, or, hey, you know, someone like you Worm, who's been hanging out in chat, or, like, Lightning could somehow come in. Some people I know that would be really fun to get in there. Eric. You know, there's a whole list of people that I would love to do stuff with, hang out with, to meet with. And, you know, it's like, when I get that opportunity, it is great. Like, I'll always remember, you know, a reason that PAX East, when I went before the pandemic, was so good. I met people there. I met Liz, who, you know, I've done a few things with over the years. I met Jinx. These were good people. It was great to meet them. You know, physically. So, like, I think that's the thing about conventions is you're there for work, or you're there for, if you're there for play, you need some kind of connections. Going there on your own is kind of a little sad. Like, that's why I think I did a little bit of, like, when I would go to PAX South, I'd do a little bit of touristiness too. Just a little bit. You know, I'd be like, let's check out a few different food places here, you know. Let's go, like, walk your little walkway and check out what's around, you know. I did a little things that were more experimental, and, like, Aussie PAX South was smaller enough that it felt better that way. PAX Unplugged, pretty big place. Gotta admit, just like PAX East is a very big place. And it's gotten bigger. PAX Unplugged was bigger than the last year. And honestly, PAX Unplugged is the biggest it's been. And I think that's a testament that, you know, PAX South died because of the pandemic. PAX Unplugged still survived. Maybe because the tabletop industry grew because of the pandemic, I feel like. The pandemic had a positive result on that industry. More people were stuffed into things and had to be much more like small personal stuff and things like that. And tabletop helped a lot with that, I think. Video games helped a lot with that. There was a lot that had an effect on that kind of thing. So, I definitely think it's been some good times. You know, it's interesting. Let's see here. What else do I want to chat about here? I'll chat about PAX Unplugged a little bit here and there. And what kind of went on. And I'm just very glad it was a good time. And I don't feel too painful, too. I think that's the thing is, 2 days out, I'm actually not that bad. I feel a little bit of soreness here and there, but it's not like when it was with something like doing like a PAX East or something, where it's like, you're feeling it for days afterwards, and you're like, body turn against me. This has been kind of like, feeling a little sore and stuff, but not too bad, you know. There were definitely companies there that I'm surprised didn't have a presence. Other ones that I'm like, it didn't have a presence, but I understood why. Modifius really wasn't there, but Modifius is a European company, so I assume that they have limited times that they can go and have a presence overseas. Steve Jackson Games wasn't there, but it was in a way. There's the trick. You know where I found Steve Jackson Games? Steve Jackson Games had a little area under Atlas. Atlas was selling stuff for Steve Jackson Games. And I could tell they were selling it for Steve Jackson Games, because I know Atlas and Steve Jackson Games sometimes work together on stuff. Fantasy Flight wasn't really there. Of all the Asmodee companies, WizKids was there. There were a couple other subsidiaries of Asmodee that weren't there. Like Come On, I don't think was there. Yeah. Strangely enough, it felt more independent because a lot of the big name companies, like Pokemon had a presence. Even Tabletop Tycoon, which sounds like a big company, is technically it is in a way. Tabletop Tycoon is an umbrella of a bunch of smaller companies. But it's only like a AA version of that. It's not like the AAA, like your Fantasy Flights, your WizKids, you know, that are under Asmodee, which is a much bigger company, I feel like. Is it Hasbro level? Not quite, but it's still pretty big there. Like, Asmodee I consider a lot bigger than that. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting that, like, the presences I saw. And Tabletop Tycoon had a pretty giant presence. Pokemon had a decent-sized presence. Like, Games Workshop had their presence. And then, you know, WizKids was there. WizKids was the big, like, the Asmodee branch was the big company that had the stuff there. It's like I'm trying to think of any, like, bigger... I don't think there were bigger companies. There were some plenty AA companies that had pretty good spots, but there was a lot of companies that I could think about that weren't at PAX Unplugged. Was there just not space for it? Was it first come, first serve? It's a lot of the big companies, too, didn't have an option, which is kind of interesting. I'm thinking about that. It felt more down to earth than probably something like maybe a Gen Con would, I think, because of this. Very interesting. I just, you know, it comes to my mind, and I'm just, it's right there, that it definitely felt a lot more in person than a lot of these cons sometimes might feel. I don't know. I've only heard tales of Gen Con, but Gen Con is really the big convention. I think that's the thing, is Gen Con is so big. It is so massive. It is so crazy. Yeah. I've been considering going to PAX East, but it's one of those things is like, I could probably get a pass for it. But it's sort of like one of those things is like, should I try to get a pass when I know it's sort of like the chances of me going there are actually slim in a way. Because it depends on a lot of things. Because, like, honestly, it really depends on if I get a people to stay in a room with me. You know, that's the main thing. I can't afford to stay in a room on my own. Okay. Well, then it's getting people to come in, and who you're staying with, and, you know, the drive up there is not bad. Drive up there is possible. So, I don't know. I've kind of been playing PAX East, because I just saw that the media thing was up for now. There's a lot of details that are like, I don't know if it would be possible. I don't know. So, I'll probably think about it. Maybe chat with some people, see if it's possible, and then kind of play it by ear at that point in time. Because I like PAX East. PAX East was a different kind of thing because it was a lot less work and more just fun. The thing is, I'd like to see more people if I was going to do that kind of thing. You know, I'd like to see the people. So, do I want to do anything else today? I've been chatting for a bit. We did the box opening. I just don't think we have enough time for a gaming, and I don't know if there's much else I want to chat about right now. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I would chat about, we talk about discussing tabletop, and not a lot of other, like, major things are happening. I have my complaints about Pokemon Go, but I always have those complaints. It's the same ones I've always had, kind of thing, you know, like that there's plenty of stuff that I think they could work on to improve stuff. Make the game better. And they don't. They improve stupid shit. But that's a different story entirely. As someone that plays that a lot. I probably should get going, because, hey, you know, that's the thing is, you gotta find your vacation time. I don't have a solid, you know, job. I stream and then do some, like, freelance stuff online, so I don't have a solid job, so, you know, my, guarantees are not as much. So I don't have things like vacation time guarantee. I can just take off, which is a catch-22. I can't spend a lot. That's why it's sort of like I can't afford a hotel room on my own. You know? Can't do that. Anyway, all right. I think I'll get going. It'll be a shorter stream today. I at least streamed today after yesterday. I did the opening. Maybe we'll have some stuff to chat about tomorrow. I'll do Wrath of Righteous tomorrow, as I normally do on Wednesdays. Then we'll start Parasite Eve on Friday. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a bonus something on Thursday if I have time. Again, just because this was shorter and I did skip out yesterday, relaxing up and recovering. Maybe. I'm going to play that by hard by ear, because Thursdays is another busy day. Because again, like, I try to keep to a schedule. But tomorrow night, Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea will be returning. So, hey, I gotta make sure to do some, stuff to catch up on that. Make sure we're ready for it. I have a few things left to do. I'm pretty good to it. Yeah, discussing tabletop on Saturday. And I'll do something with my footage from PAX Unplugged. I don't know what yet, but I'll do something. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I hope everybody enjoyed our pack opening. I've had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of cool stuff. And, you know, we'll be back tomorrow. So, 2 shows tomorrow. Hope everybody has a great rest of your Tuesday. And, you know, hope December's going well. Look, you know, my vacations are what I can squeeze in wherever and where I can afford it. You know, I think the real vacation that is purely a vacation I haven't had in a few years, where I go and with a bunch of friends, we go to a cabin in Maryland that's really nice and hang out there. It's got like it's a rural, kind of rural place, kind of got a beach there. You can play tabletop games. We can bring someone has a TV, they can bring that to DVDs. You can bring like all kinds of stuff. It's really nice, and I haven't gone in a couple of years because it just hasn't been a good situation too. You know, hey, you know, it's the Calvert area, around Solomon's Island. It's St. Leonard, I think. St. Leonard's the city, where the place is. The Matawaka Beach Cabins. I really like that place. I went there as a kid a lot. My parents would take us there for a while because, yeah, my dad likes fossil hunting, and so when I got older, and because we stopped going then because, you know, just the situation made it that we were unable to go for a week at a time, and then I suggested to my friends, and you know, the thing is, my dad would still join us because my dad is the cool dad, and he goes to go fossil hunting, and then, you know, help out with food sometimes, making food. It's been really fun, you know. It's been really fun. I miss that, and I would like maybe next year, this upcoming year, I can do that. Maybe I'll be finally back up to it. I don't know. Yeah, I got to admit, hearing about Florida, I have flown into Florida and then out of Florida for PAX South when I went to that. I have never visited Florida properly. I visited Georgia. That's about as far south as I've lived. In South Carolina and North Carolina. I would love to actually go to Florida at some point in time and do some Florida touristy stuff. I just don't have a lot of touristy options sometimes. You know, it's sort of like going to these conventions. They're fun, but like at least 50% of them is business. I still don't have conventions for me. Not as much anymore. I used to go to anime conventions too. Well, I went to Otakon in Maryland. But then they moved from Baltimore to Washington, D.C., and I haven't been back. Just because Washington just wasn't had an opportunity to, and things happened. I don't know. I miss Baltimore too. I like the Baltimore Aquarium. Man, I'm reminiscing about stuff. That's the thing, is like, if I can arrange PAX East, I would love to give like a couple extra days if I got with people and like do some touristy stuff up in Boston. That would be wonderful. Go to the aquarium, check out some other stuff, maybe visit some people that can't go to the convention, because I've got some other people that live up there that I know and like arranged for that. There's like 3 other people that live in that area that I know of that I haven't met. Anyway, I'll see. I'll talk with some people about it. Maybe I'll do that. I'll start talking about some people. Drop some feelers about it. About good old PAX East. And then play by ear from that. Anyway. I can ramble on. You know, reminiscing about stuff. Telling some good stories. I have plenty of good stories from the beach cabins of some tabletop adventures that happened. You know. And some about some, like, you know, friends that, you know, we lose along the way. Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous. I will beat that game as much as I have complaints about that game. The fun part, as I keep saying, the fun parts are very fun. Bad parts are very bad. It's that thing about, like, and I'm in part 5, I will finish it. I don't know if I'm definitely not finishing it tomorrow, but we'll get some distance in it. We'll start getting through those quests in the final chapter. We will do it. I will build my army, and it'll be awesome, and it'll be good. We're gonna do it. Anyway, yeah. Back tomorrow, about 10 a.m. EST, for my East Coast adventures continue. And, yeah, I think that's it. Discussing Tabletop, the one from 2 weeks ago, will be going up on YouTube today. If you want to go check out my YouTube channel, also the Dracovin Empire. I put a lot of the tabletop-related VODs up there, and I've got some old stuff up there that's pretty good. I will put up this Kamigawa box opening there, too. Probably a little later, a couple days. And then discussing Tabletop from this last Sunday will be up tomorrow, because I got to re-render it, because it failed to render last night. And that's the other release schedule. Anything else important to talk about? I think that's it. I got a Discord and Twitter. Those are places to reach me right now. Discord's probably the best, because again, like, who knows what happens to Twitter, but I post some stuff there occasionally. But yeah. Okay. Hey everybody. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'm going to go run off and get all my stuff I need to get done. Actually, probably get some early lunch then, because I can get that now instead of later. And honestly, I'm getting a little peckish. So, farewell and goodbye, everybody. And until the next time, I bid you a wonderful farewell. I'm just going to put this up and fade out my music. Actually, wait a second before I go. Let me just check if there's anybody I know that's interesting to raid. I'll just say this. No, not really, unfortunately. I'll have to look for some more people to raid in the future. I keep thinking about that. Because I get some nice raids, you know? And it's just sometimes hard to find people that, you know, you'd want to raid. Anyway, okay, bye.